Good
Good morning.
morning, Ines.
Good morning, Tor.
So there's
I love your shirt.
thank you. Trying out something different because normally I just wear like solid colors.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I got a sort of lunch thing today. So I was like, I'm gonna try
Yeah.
something different. I also bought like a bright red one as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Wear it next time if the weather's appropriate.
I will definitely wear it next
Oh,
time.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, I will.
Wonderful.
Thank you. How are you today, Ines?
I'm fine. Thank you very, very, very much. Yes, I'm good. Thank you. Sun makes a lot of difference.
Oh my God, it makes
But
such a difference, doesn't
yeah,
it?
even with all the really desperate things going on in the world, it
Yeah.
just gives you a little tiny bit of hope.
I mean, it does. Yeah, I didn't watch the news today or yesterday because I was like,
Not yet.
I can't just, yeah, it's just it's horrific, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Mm.
Really is.
Mm.
So
What are
anyway,
what are we touching on this week, Ines?
we are going to start in the middle today.
We're gonna start in the middle.
We're going to start in the middle.
Okay.
In the middle of a topic.
Cool.
Because it sort of fans out anyway. Okay. So the middle it is. Say someone passed away into spirit at the age of 30 and had to be rescued as they were betwixt and between, meaning no body, but earthly bound memories. And also they died before their time, allotted time. Why is the question? I will skip that bit for a second. They were rescued, meaning they were able to let go of their earthly memories and were now in spirit and then were immediately reincarnated. The why this might have happened could be, there are some, obviously, there's never just one answer, could be that they had not fulfilled their karmic obligations or lessons at that point, and it was found that at the age of 30, there was no chance of fulfilling their karma. They were therefore called back to spirit, died in other words. And just a thing, our podcast from a few weeks ago, do you remember, Tor, on that? Then they were, when reincarnated for that reason, their time in that life, in that life, would really begin at the age of 30. And they would be marking time until then, so that the same lessons could be learned and completed. They would not gain anything in those first 30 years, as it would simply be a convenience to get back to where they can commence their karma again. This is only where that spirit was returned to spirit before its time. So it's not a usual situation, but I had an experience in my group, and this wonderful sort of in his mid-20s, French boy was in, I don't know if you were in my group at that time, was in the group, and he always said, oh, I'm going to die at 28. So he must have been, say, 25 or 24, something like that. I'm going to die, I'm going to die. His girlfriend said, oh, nonsense, you're just making it up. Well, with the regressive meditations that I always did, we actually found out, because he regressed back to France not hugely long ago. And he was a black boy at that time, a slave, and he lived in with the pigs. The pigs aren't always dirty. And I believe on the continent, they have straw, stuff like that. Anyway, he was so depressed and possibly not treated very well. He hung himself. It's very difficult to actually take your life unless it is meant to be. That is another really interesting, long topic. But anyway, he killed himself. He was not reincarnated immediately, but very shortly thereafter, in France again. This time, he wasn't a slave. He was slightly higher up in life, so that he had enough food and so on. He was reincarnated in France, came to England. So his time was marked. Again, he said he felt really odd. He doesn't know what he's doing. Nothing seems to have purpose, and so on and so forth. So by the time he came to my group, he was getting on to the point where he needed to learn again or commence his life. That was so interesting. Anyway, he was in the group for a while. He went back to France because his mother was a nurse, and he became very ill with cancer. And through his girlfriend, I found out that he actually passed away at the age of 28. So it does happen. I only experienced that because it is a lesson. It's an experience. I'm not just reading something or told something. So it is not a usual situation. So if we have a slight change of direction, we tend to, is all in one, we tend to stereotype meditation by recommending sitting or lying down, okay? Lying down to relax the mind and body. However, as one goes through the varying meditative states in opening and closing the chakras, we can also achieve this in a crowded room with our eyes open, being fully conscious without any calming of the mind. And then we can also close or open the chakrams just by thinking of it, without calming the mind. So in a crowded room, indeed. So it need not be a complete state of meditation, but you can even talk at the same time. So if we take a hypothetical situation where you are talking to someone in a crowded room, and suddenly you feel that they're impinging on your aura or drawing from your energy, these types of people are known as psychic vampires. Or you do not like the feeling of their aura. There you are. What would you immediately be thinking of? Close the chakrams. Exactly. Now, whilst you are talking and concentrating on what you're saying, at the same time, you can still close the aura. Now, it is important to remember, however, that when you are at home, it is a routine for you to relax the body and the mind in order to move into the meditative state, and to allow that which is guiding you to come close. And when you're finished with the meditation, to close the chakrams within the aura. We're coming back to the same theme, actually. This is very important because by being clear and wide open for the meditation, we're opening all the chakras. Should you forget to close the aura, obviously the red one's left open a little teeny weeny bit, that can lead to an impingement into the aura where other vibrations can be drawn in from any source, such as the negative feelings, heavy, 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 negative feelings, thoughts, but also entities. Those that are stuck between the earthly plane and the spiritual plane without having a body, and which can lead to possessions of the mind. So by closing the chakrams, it's like a psychic self-defense. That's why it's so really important. It's an important point to remember. Now, if you are working with a power spirit, always working with a power spirit is also can be anything. It's not just doing readings or doing healing. You're working with spirit from the moment you get up. It's a day. It's your whole day is incorporated in that. So if you are working with a power spirit, always allow your guide to start your meditation after your relaxation, and then to allow your guide to finish when you have closed the chakra massages. Thank you. Courtesy goes a long way. There will always be a great deal of vibrations around you, which can have an effect on your mind and body, especially with the great difficulties of fear, depression, uncertainties, doubts, whatever. That's all around us. It is often the physical vibrations of others that can affect us, such as I just mentioned, depression, worries, the worries of maybe losing a job, not having a job, not enough of a job, the rent's going up, the food's going up, petrol's going up, everything. Should you feel any various or negative vibrations around you, you can simply step back and close the aura. That means close the chakrams, but remember, leave the red ones teeny weeny bit open. Meditation is the cornerstone or the foundation of anything you wish to participate in, what you want to be in the spiritual sense, or what you want to witness. But when you are wanting to meditate, if we allow our emotional variances and physical thoughts to become utmost, we lose the concentration of what we're trying to achieve. And the whole idea is to be able to conquer the feelings that are always around us as physical beings, the uncertainties and so on, the disappointments and the doubts, which are all part of being physical. The interest has to be there from ourselves. Of course, meditation is difficulty. The mind, oh God, here I am. Where's my wish list to God, to the guides? Anybody who will listen, please. It's difficult. It's not meant to be easy. Otherwise, meditation would not be categorized as a discipline. And discipline is something which we teach ourselves. Once a commitment has been made to ourselves, such as a New Year's resolution, any sort of, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to lose weight. Oh, yeah, ha, 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 ha. So I'm going to eat one slice of bread less, whatever. It's up to us to do whatever is possible to honor that commitment. And there's truly no reason why for a short time, each and every day, one cannot meditate. It should become as positive and necessary as the air that we breathe. And only then will you be able to fulfill your expectations in body and mind and any spiritual endeavors. So meditation, we come back. But from that, we move into psychic possessions, rescues. You could have the psychic possessions, but we're also talking about rescues in order to clear and to help those individuals. So what do you think, Tor?
Tor.
Yes. Oh, so yes. I'm trying to make you big now on my thing.
Well, I think that what do I think? I mean, I think it's just, we were talking before we started recording about like sensationalism and making things bigger than they are, and development. And I mean, I suppose, what do I think? I suppose it's just really important to bring people back to the basics, right? Which is what meditation is. It's really always about bringing people back to the basics of opening, closing. And if you do nothing else, just do that. And I think the thing is, like, as long as you do that, you're 3/4 of the way there.
Absolutely. I agree. 3/4 of the way for your life as well. We're meant to be physical.
No, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. In sort of like in physical life, if you just give yourself 5 to 10 minutes every day to open and close, you're 3/4 the way already there in terms of anything that you can do in terms of, let's call it self-care, right?
Absolutely.
The rest of your life. And it's just,
but
it's just, I suppose it's just so unfortunate often with sort of spiritual endeavors, is that they seem so complicated, right?
And only a few can do it.
Well,
it's only a chosen few that can link with the gods. We're all linking with the gods constantly. Well,
if you just open and close 5-10 minutes a day, you've done it. You're there.
Absolutely. And if you're living in a crowded environment where, let's say, small environment, a lot of people, a lot of noise, you don't have any of your own space. Guess where you do have space? If you're not going to hog, go to the loo. Just say, listen, I'm going to be in there for 10 minutes. Do you mind?
And then just learning how to get in control of your mind, right?
That's right.
Your mind, your imagination, and everything else in between, because that's just so important.
And never to underestimate who we are. It's not, I think it's awesome. The people who have succeeded, I admire them. I wouldn't know how to run a business. I wouldn't know where to begin, quite honest. I think it's wonderful. But the rest of us little worker ants and little humble bees, we're equally important because it is our life. We're meant to be whatever we are. And we're precious.
No, I agree. I totally agree. Very, very, brilliant. Very, very good, Ines. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You too.
And thank you everybody else for listening. And as always, if you have any questions, thoughts, just send them across.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye.